Hi guys, in today's science preview we're going to cover the concept of reproduction. The standard that goes along with this is 8LS2. Reproduction is necessary for the continuation of every species. Our learning. I can predict the probability of traits that can occur with mixing of genes from two individuals or sexual reproduction. So by the end of our preview and our lesson, you're going to be able to make predictions about the traits or the different things you see in individuals based on the mixing of two individuals. Some vocabulary that you need to know in order to understand our discussions in science class. Make sure that you watch this as many times as you need in order to really understand what these mean so that you can keep up with our discussions. Asexual reproduction is a biological process by which an organism creates a genetically similar copy of itself without the combination of genetic material with other organisms. So we start out with one, and it goes and makes itself into two. So that the two that result are almost exactly the same or are the same. But it starts out with one. It doesn't need two in order to get the two at the end, to get a copy of itself at the end. Sexual reproduction is when organisms create descendants through the combination of genetic material. So like in our picture here, the two puppies combine together to create our third puppy. They used their genetic material in order to make this third one. They combined their genetic material. Fertilization is the creation by the physical union of male and female gametes, of sperm and ova in an animal, or pollen and ovule in a plant. So this is how the third species is created when these two parts combine. A chromosome is a thread-like body in the cell nucleus that carries the genes in a linear order. So the chromosome is what holds the genes of each parent cell. It holds it and carries it to give to the third generation. Alleles are one of two alternate forms of a gene that can have the same locus on homologous chromosomes and are responsible for alternative traits. Some alleles are dominant over others. So like in our description, we have a mom that has two blue alleles and a dad that has a brown allele and a blue allele. So because the mom has the two and the dad has the one, then the children all have blue. So what can we use to predict the probability of traits that can occur with mixing of genes from two individuals? We're going to be using the Punnett square. So when you come to class tomorrow, make sure that you understand this Punnett square. That means if we have a big B and a big B, we're going to produce two big B's. If we have a big B and a little b, we're going to produce a big B and a little b together. If we have a little b and a big B, we're going to produce a big B and a little b. And if we have two little b's, we're going to produce two little b's. So that might sound confusing right now, but once we get into it more, you'll understand it more. And here's another illustration for it. This is like color of hair. So if the mother has black hair and the father has black hair, the kid's going to have black hair. If the mother has brown hair and the father has black hair, it's going to be black hair. The kid's going to have black hair. If the mother has black hair, the father has brown hair, the kid's going to have black hair. And if the mother has brown hair, father has brown hair, the kid's going to have brown hair. This is just one example of how we can use the Punnett square to predict different things about people when they combine the genes together. Make sure you watch this as much as you need to understand the material and be ready for our discussions in class. If you have any questions, email me. Have a great day.